went from this to this.
I'm gonna cut your visa on Monday.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, it is a story time of a sister who came on to share a story of how she moved to Thailand and what happened when she moved to Thailand. So apparently she moved to Thailand as a English teacher, as a teacher in Thailand, and she moved to a rural area. While she did the interview, I know that, and got the job, she got linked up with a lady from Thailand, which she was communicating with, and the lady was very helpful. And by the time she got to Thailand, she decided to, okay, you know what, I think I'm going to stay because this is the type of community I want. Like she said, what she was looking for was that she was hoping to be able to live in a community where she can build a community and raise a child. And she finding that it's a rural area and a lot of teachers that come, English teachers that come, don't stay. She saw it as an opportunity to stay, and she made all the necessary arrangements to stay. And one of it was for that lady that she was talking to, which now they now became friends, was a lady to give her a car. And then eventually on this trip, while she just started the job, people were running her about this lady, but she would not listen. She found out she was pregnant. Like the lady decided to take a car back. The lady decided to revoke her visa. Like a whole lot of mess was happening. I need you guys to hear the story because I know Thailand is like, I feel like, at least for me, Thailand is a dream place for me. And the way I see it on social media, I'm just like, I would really love to even go spend like 6 months, a year in that place because it's just, it looks such like a very beautiful country, and almost like, okay, things are like affordable to there. So I understand why a lot of people want to move to Thailand and start a life afresh, especially the way life is getting so expensive and the inflation is crazy. I really do understand. But to do it this way, and then this woman is having an upper hand because this woman just want to tell this sister exactly what to do, how to do it, even though the sister is a full-grown woman. A whole lot of lies in this story, a whole lot of Anyway, guys, let's go check out the story and then we'll come back and talk. But let me know what you think about the story down in the comment section. What are your thoughts? What are your notes? What are the things you would have done different from this sister? Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Okay, so let's go check out the story and then we'll talk more.
I just quit my job in Thailand. Here's why. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, but to give you the full details, I have to give you the backstory. Here's how it went from this to this.
I'm gonna cut your visa on Monday.
If you don't know, I'm a Black girl living in Thailand. I got a job as a teacher, a foreign language teacher at a Thai school. How I got this job is the school actually reached out to me. They found my resume on a Jarn. They asked me for an interview. I did the interview. Everything went great. I had a coordinator, so to speak, who kind of helped me through the process, who helped me with my documents and finding my place while I was in the US. She just helped me through the whole process. Okay, so one of the reasons that I went with this job is because this woman seems so sweet and so kind. She told me not to worry, that they were like a big family at this school and they would embrace me and everything would work out. My main issue with the location was I knew it was more of a rural area, and in order to get around, I would need a motorbike. So I told her that was the reason that I was kind of on the fence about taking the job. And she told me, don't worry, we will find you a car. You won't have to worry about riding a motorbike. My situation, she knew from jump, was always different because I was coming with a child, which her and the school was very accepting of because I told them, I'm looking for a home somewhere long term that I can stay and raise my family, raise my children, whatever, because it's so hard for them to actually find teachers that will stay in that area. And I was like, I'm looking for a long-term situation. I'm not trying to come here and be having to move every year, every school year. She was willing to help me. She helped find me a home, and she's like, we're going to find you a car. So the car that she found supposedly belonged to her family, which to me, that was fine. We worked out an arrangement. So the car payment was about 7,000 baht, which is maybe around 210 US dollars. That was fine with me. I had other sources of income other than just that job, and I felt like that was, was pricey, but it was affordable for me and my family. Compared to renting a car from like rental shop, it was very, very cheap to rent monthly. She, made it seem like, I'm doing you a favor because I really want you here. This is lower than what we would want for the car because it's fairly new. This is a picture of the car. It had low mileage, but what I was paying for the car, I could have bought that car outright in a couple of months or whatever, but I didn't want to purchase a car in Thailand. I didn't want to do that just yet. It feels so permanent. So anyway, the first week that I started at the school, she was picking me up and taking me to work, and she has a son that's the same age as my daughter, and she's like, this was the first red flag. He's like, yeah, my son is in an English speaking program. But you don't want to put your daughter at that school. They're expensive, and I know how they are. You don't want to put her in that school. And I'm like, I would rather, see for myself. I want to weigh my options. Long story short, she would not take me. They don't have transportation there. So I had no transportation to get there. She took me to the other school. It was all fine and dandy. I did like the school, so I was like, this is fine. My daughter was excited to start, so we went with that one. After about a week of doing this, she let me test drive the other car. We set out an arrangement, and this was a verbal arrangement. She did not give me any specifications. She did not say anything other than, we want you to pay a 5,000 baht deposit and 7,000 baht per month. This sounds like a little bit for a car payment, but this is not a car that I'm paying that I will own. This is, just I'm borrowing this car for right now. And on top of that, I paid a deposit. So if anything went wrong, they have a deposit. On top of that, this car payment, 7,000 baht, is actually more than what my rent was there, which is 6,000 baht. A few teachers had already pulled me to the side and warned me when they see me driving her other vehicle to like kind of be careful with her because she's a little bit cuckoo. I'm like, she's been nothing but nice to me. Whatever, I'm not going to fall for the gossip or whatever because these same people hadn't been the most accepting of me either. And that's my bad because I should have just listened to them. Fast forward, we go to this meeting. All of the foreign teachers are there and the coordinator, she was like our supervisor, and then above her is the head of the department. So we're all there and we have a great meeting telling us some things that we can do as foreign teachers to get our classes engaged. At the end of the meeting, she goes, so why y'all don't like me? And I'm like, whoa, what is going on? This is so unprofessional. Like, it went sideways real quick. It's like, I know y'all have a problem with me. I want to address it. What's going on? Why y'all got problems with me? Everybody's just sitting there like, what just happened? She starts crying, flipping out. One guy, he is from America, speaks for everyone, is like, I don't think this is, the appropriate time to have this conversation, but we try to come to you and tell you about things that are wrong. You kind of get defensive. We can't communicate or talk to you about what's going on. We're a little bit frustrated because we're taking on all these hours that we're not supposed to be taking on and we're not getting paid for them. And that is, I'm like, whoa, what? After that conversation, I'm new. I didn't know what was going on or what they had been talking about. I'm kind of an outsider of the group, so I have no idea what's going on. Fast forward a couple weeks later, I get food poisoning. I'm really sick. I call her like, look, something's wrong with me. I need some help. She comes straight away. She brings me medicine, and as soon as she gives me the medicine, I try to take it. I immediately puke. I can't keep water down. She takes me to the hospital. At the hospital, she stays by my side. She's watching my daughter. She is being a real one, right? And I'm like, this girl's so kind. She's so sweet. At the hospital, we find out that I'm pregnant. She immediately, while we're sitting there in the hospital, texts my coworkers, the other foreign teachers, and tells them she's pregnant. I spent the night in the hospital. It was an awful experience at this hospital or whatever. The next day, I was like, I still haven't seen a doctor. I need to go. I'm not feeling any better. I need to go somewhere where they have better care. She's like, no, you just have to wait for the doctor. You can't just like discharge yourself. You have to wait. This is Thailand. This isn't America. You have to wait. And I'm like, I don't care where it is. I'm at this point concerned. I just found out I'm pregnant. I am not feeling well. What is going on with me? I'm here. My daughter's here. We need to go somewhere else. My family's like, you need to get to the appropriate doctor, not out there in rural Thailand. So once I'm done vomiting and everything, I drive myself to the nearest hospital. Mind you, the nearest hospital is 2 hours away. It's a very windy road, and I guess she didn't feel comfortable with me driving the car there. The next day, I text her. I'm like, hey, I'm at the international hospital. I'm just letting you know everything is okay. At this point, I still didn't know that she had told my coworkers that I was pregnant. And I still did not know that she was upset with me for how I handled the situation at the hospital. Because I was upset, I was like telling them I'm leaving. I don't care if a doctor doesn't come and see me. I'm gonna just check myself out. According to her, that was inappropriate. And I understand it's some cultural differences, but at that time I was very worried about my safety and my health. So when I text her this, she immediately calls me and she's like, you took my car? You took my car to Pitsanaluk? I'm like, yeah, I told you I was going to the hospital. There's only one hospital. She's like, I thought you were going to the hospital in Phetchabun, which is only an hour away. I'm like, if it did not say international hospital, then I wasn't going there. Sorry, you misunderstood. I'm taking myself to the international hospital. And she just said, okay, and she hung up. About an hour later, I get a phone call from one of my coworkers, and I ignore the call. She texts me and she's like, I just wanted to check on you. You know, some things are going around and being said, and I just wanted you to know so you don't come back to work and, you know, there's these rumors going around. I call her and she's like, the coordinator text one of our other coworkers and said that you're pregnant. Now everybody is talking about it. Everybody's talking about it, and I don't think it's right. Like, we didn't hear it from you, so I don't want them spreading rumors. I just want you to know what's being said and what's going on. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, at this point, my family doesn't even know. I don't even know what's going on with me right now. And she's already going and telling my medical information. So I'm so upset. So I send her a text message like, look, that wasn't right. I thought we were friends. Why would you go and, you know, tell everyone without my permission? Of course, she denies it. And she said, I didn't tell anyone. What are you talking about? But she was the only person that knew at this time. So I get out of the hospital, I come back to work and everything, and it is so awkward. She's not talking to me. Everybody's kind of walking on eggshells. No one says anything to me about any of it. I'm like, hey, whatever. I don't care. I'm here to do my job. You know, I go on, school goes on, whatever. A couple weeks later, I ask her, can we have a conversation? Because ever since this incident happened, things are off between us. It seems like you're being weird to me. I feel some hostility and I just want to talk to you. She's like, that's fine. So we go outside, we talk. She tells me she's upset with me because of how I handled the whole hospital situation. I embarrassed her by leaving the hospital and going to check myself in at a different hospital. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't think about it that way, but I had to worry about my health. So I tell her, I'm upset with you because you're lying, saying that you didn't tell everyone that I was pregnant when you're the only one that could have told them. Nobody else knew. So she's like, you know, maybe they overheard me telling the head of the department because I had to let her know because we need to figure out what you're going to do when this baby comes. Are you going to still work here? How are you going to handle all of this? We might need to find another teacher. And I'm like, the head of the department does not speak English, guys. So all the foreign language teachers speak English. They do not speak Thai. Why do they know what was said? Of course, she took no accountability. She did not say, I'm sorry, whatever. She just was like, maybe they just overheard it. I didn't tell them. So I think that we squash it. I let it go. I'm like, it's not that serious. I just felt it was inappropriate for her to tell them without me. Like, we didn't even know what was going on. And you just made this situation uncomfortable. It just wasn't her place. Life goes on again. Things are fine. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get a text message while I'm in class teaching that says, oh my God, did you get in an accident with the car? I'm running out to the car like, oh my God, did somebody hit the car while I was in class? Like, I had it parked in the parking lot. What happened? So I go out to the car and I'm looking all over the car. I don't see nothing. I don't see a damage, a scratch, a dent, nothing. The kids see me looking at the car and they're like, teacher, what's wrong? What happened? I'm like, do you guys see a scratch on the car? Do you see something wrong with the car? And one of my students point out, like, it's a small scratch at the bottom of the bumper. I'm going to insert the scratch here. You had to be looking for this scratch in order to see this scratch. I do not know how this got there. I really don't believe it was me, but if it was, the security deposit should take care of it. The deposit that I paid should take care of any damage that has been done to the car. This woman just wanted to argue because as soon as I said you had to be looking for the scratch, she pinpointed that point and was like, I wasn't looking for it. I drove by and I saw it and, this is my car. I just wanted to ask, I need to know and I need to let my family know that there's a scratch on the car. I say, okay, that's fine. You can let them know. That's not a problem. But isn't that why I paid a security deposit? I'm thinking at the end of me renting the car from you, you'll do an inspection of the car, then you will keep the deposit for damages. If there's more that, is due because there's some extreme damage to the car, I have insurance on the car. I have my Thai driver's license. I should be covered. She wanted to argue, guys. She wanted to argue. You are calling me a liar. You tried to make it seem like I was looking for the scratch. I wish I would have just never even said that part because that's all she wanted to focus on. I was like, look, can we just come up with some type of renting agreement so that it can be business? Like, I am renting the car from you for 7,000 baht per month. I paid a security deposit of XYZ. Whatever's not covered by the security deposit or insurance will be my responsibility so that we're both protected and covered. She doesn't respond to that. She says, and you took the car all the way to Pitsanaluk without my permission. And I'm like, whoa, I'm renting the car. You can't put stipulations on where the fuck I drive the car to. You got to tell me what I can and cannot do, and I will have to agree to it. Like, you can't just make up rules as you go. So by this point, we are sitting in the same room or location in the teacher's lounge. We are texting back and forth. She goes, I just want my car back. She texts this to me. Mind you, she's sitting like 2 desks away from me. I said, okay, you can have your car back. But I'm telling you right now, if you take the car without notice to me, I'm leaving. I'm going to have to quit. You're going to have to find another teacher because I can't live here in this area without a vehicle, and I'm not riding a motorbike while I'm pregnant and I have a child. She says, yeah, right, out loud. I said, baby, you don't know me. So this is like the middle of the month. After this conversation, she stops texting me back. I'm like, just let me know. When are you, if you're going to take the car, just let me know. That's fine. I will give my notice to the school. She doesn't respond. I don't hear from her for about 2 weeks. I'm like, maybe I'm just giving her time to like cool off. The first comes around when the rent payment is due. I text her like, do you want me to pay you in cash or do you want me to send the money this way? She's like, I want my car back. I said, whoa, okay, you said you were going to let me know. She was like, no, the 31st will be the last day. I want my car back on the 1st. And you should have knew because I told you 2 weeks ago. I'm like, okay, I go walk over to the head of the department and I say, I need to speak with you and the coordinator to arrange my resignation. Her mouth dropped. Part 5 of how it went from this to this.
I'm gonna cut your visa on Monday.
They're like, we can talk right now. We all sit down. I'm basically telling her the story of what happened. And of course, the girl starts crying. That's not what happened. I've been nothing but nice to her. I just want my car back. I'm like, I don't know why you don't like me. I don't know what I did wrong. I apologize, but you're letting this personal vendetta get in the way of business. She goes, this wasn't business. I gave you a really low price. I was doing you a favor. And I'm like, I don't care if I was paying you $1. $1. This was a business arrangement. This is not a favor. A favor is for free. A favor is for free. You are making me pay more than what my rent here in Thailand is. I just don't want to stay now. Like, we're already kind of overruled Thailand, and now I won't have a car. I don't have enough time to kind of like figure out the situation. She wants her car back tomorrow. I don't have time. So the head of the department says, look, I understand. I have kids. I would do the same thing. It's no hard feelings. I'm sorry that y'all couldn't work this out. I do think she's being unreasonable. If you want to leave, I understand. So the 31st was my last day and I was out of there. And she comes to get the car the next day, and I will save that part for part 2. I recorded the whole thing. I thought long and hard before posting this because I don't want to burn any bridges or anything, but burn. She comes to get the car, and this is our exact conversation. All your stuff is in the trunk. Did you leave anything in the car?
Can I check if I left anything in the car? I think I got everything out.
Yesterday, when you were saying you would reach something, that's not. No, you didn't say that?
No, I said that yesterday. For me.
Okay. See, that's not what you said. You said this wasn't business and that this was personal. You were doing me a favor and you don't have a problem giving me the whole funds back. That's what you said. And Peter was there also. So I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
But it's not a business because I give you the cheap price. I said that.
Regardless of the price, it was business. You can't just do that to people. If you're going to take over driving the car, I hope you get a contract because that's not right. You don't do that to people. I uprooted my whole life and my whole family here under false pretenses. You told me you would help me out, which it was a low price, and we negotiated. Then you started making rules as you go, and that's not fair.
No,
so you said yesterday.
When you were in the
So then
car,
yesterday,
I told you at first that, you're gonna drive in Pechibun only.
no, you
I
didn't.
did.
I said, no, you didn't. I would have never told you that I was going to Patana look if that was the case. I told you even before I left that I am going to take myself to the hospital. I never would have agreed to that.
You didn't say that you
Yes, I
But
did.
you told me later when you arrived.
No, I didn't. When we were in the car, before we even left the hospital, I am leaving this hospital. I have to find somewhere else. I
I said that you left the hospital.
and I told you
And
I
you know
was
why I
going to
changed my
Bangkok and
behavior?
Why?
It was you behave like didn't well in the hospital first.
Yes, I have a child to take care of.
Yeah, but you
I
should-
wasn't
you
treating
should
you
have been-
any type of way.
You should have been patient.
And
I
you
spent
shouldn't
the
have
night
told my
there with
business.
you.
You shouldn't have went and told everyone that I was pregnant. That was nobody's business. You shouldn't have
But
done
you lied
any of
to
this.
me. You
I lied to you
know.
about what?
You knew that you
No,
pregnant.
how did I know? I didn't know until you sent
For
me.
3
No,
months.
you sent me to go get a medical report, right?
But
And
for
not
3 months.
when I went to go get the medical report.
Nobody
That is when I
believed.
found out. So I lied to you about nothing. I lied to you about nothing. You lied to me.
Can't be
You-
honest with us first.
No, you can't be honest. No what? No what?
We discussed.
Discuss what?
Like when I asked you about like Christian.
I can't control him. So that's why you're upset.
No.
So
I
yeah,
didn't upset.
you told me yesterday, and I will go to school tomorrow and ask Pete because she was there. You told me yesterday that you would give me the contact because this was not her. Yes, you did. So let's go ask her.
I
Because
will not pay you.
okay, you don't have to. I just wanted to be noted that you lied. This is
Okay,
the
I know,
third.
I lied.
Yay! Yes,
I lied
you did.
everything.
You can leave. You can leave.
I will. I need to check my property.
You could have then came and got that property. This is ridiculous. Like you
My
know.
property.
I know, and this is my property, so I'm asking you
Of
to leave.
course.
Goodbye.
I need to check it
Goodbye.
first.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna cut your visa on Monday.
Okay. You could have done that already. I've already changed my visa. That's exactly the type of person that you are.
Wow. Wow. That went left really quick, like really, really quick. Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this entire story time down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful and please, you're allowed to disagree. We're just here to have conversation. This story time is really like some of the things I picked out from this is first, never you do a verbal agreement or contract with anybody. I don't know how anybody's even doing that in 2024. Like even with your mother, have a written agreement and say this is it and stating everything really clear. I feel like when people get into relationship, friendship, we kind of really lose ourselves and like, oh, just trust blindly and know that one thing I've learned in life is that anybody can mess you up. Anybody can mess you up. As no matter how nice this person can come across, if you don't know the person and know the person's core value, you just know the person on the surface level, the person can switch up on you. Sometimes even when you know them on the core value, on who they are and what they are, sometimes they switch up on you too. So not talking about like taking a big step, moving to another country, starting a fresh life and all that. And another thing is that sometimes don't be in that place where you are in the grace of somebody. Like I personally, I don't like it. I rather just have my own or find an alternative, but I will not be in that place where I'm in the grace of somebody. Like I don't like being told what to do and how to do it, because I will not conform to anybody and I will look you in the face and call on your BS. So for me, she really like was really subtle about it. Like even like clearly like she should have even put herself in that situation. No matter, I understand that feeling of trying to get a community. Like honestly, Thailand is one place that I'm seriously looking at, because guys life there is as cheap as I'm so beautiful and so organic. Like I'm thinking like maybe I should go there and live for 1 year. But also you also have to put a lot of things into place than just pick up. I know sometimes the US is very not even the place to raise children, especially with the climate it is and how things work in the US. A lot of US um, people are moving to places like Thailand and Vietnam and all that. But sometimes I just feel like you just need to do the thing. I know this is a one side story. We didn't hear the other lady's story, but clearly this lady has a bitter intentions towards her. She really wants to control her. And there are people like that when they feel like they give you an opportunity, they are helping you. So they believe that they can control every aspect of your life, even though you are an adult and you can make decisions for yourself. The fact that this woman was telling her to stay in an hospital, she doesn't even feel comfortable staying. That's actually just say a lot. And for me, sometimes I'm not that type of person that I'm going to keep the peace, because if you make me feel some type of way and I feel like you're trying to control me, like I'm just going to call out on your BS and like really come, like I'm that person. The fact that she even allow her and still called her to like, ah, she has a lot of patience. Like, and this is why for me personally, I'm going to be civilized with you, but I'm going to call out your business the first time you mess up with me. Like the first time you try to do any type of thing, I'm going to call on it. If yes, I can move on past it, but you're going to know that I would take my decision just exactly around the way you acted, the way you treated me, the way who you are. When you, like I always say here on this channel, take people when they show you who they are. Don't give them a benefit of that. Take them when they show you who they are. Don't make excuses for them and treat them accordingly. This woman clearly gave her a whole lot of graces, a whole lot of like excuses, and this is it. But yeah, my heart goes to her. I hope she's fine. Obviously, she's telling the story smiling, so I hope she's fine. And I'm happy that she was able to switch up her visa even before this woman didn't, because this woman was ready to mess up. The fact that she took the car from her, knowing that that was the only way to move around, that's not a good woman. That is not a good woman. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this story time down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. Don't forget to share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.